Welcome back to SkywayTj, guys, and another episode of Today I Watched. This is my series in 2021, where I watch a movie every single weekday, hop on here right afterwards, give you guys my first thoughts, impressions, and a little bit of a review of said movie. If you like what you're about to see, if you like movie talk, news, all that jazz, please drop the like and subscribe for more. I make videos every single week, and without further ado, let's roll the intro. So, today I watched Bill and Ted Face the Music. This is the third Bill and Ted movie that came out about 20 years after Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which came out in 1991. This one came out in 2020. My general thoughts on it are that I was worried at first, because a lot of the times when these movie studios make a sequel so far off from the last one, it's usually just a cash grab, and it's usually pointless, and there's no real purpose to making the thing. However, this one feels like a just sequel to the last one, and I really enjoyed it, and I feel like it was necessary, and it kind of wrapped up the story of Bill and Ted and where their adventures went years after the second one. So yeah, my general thoughts on it are that it kicked ass, and I really enjoyed it. Casting and acting for this one, of course, the acting is amazing. Keanu Reeves is back as Ted. Alex Winter returns as Bill. Sadler returns as Death. Thought that was a really fun thing to see him come back and reprise his role as Death. You got Samara Weaving's in there. She plays Thea, who is Bill's daughter, and Bridget Lundy Payne. They play Ted's daughter, Billy. And I thought they were a really good addition to the cast. They really personified being children of Bill and Ted. They have the same mannerisms. You could tell these two actresses really enjoy Bill and Ted. Like, you could tell it inspired them, and I really enjoyed them. Kristen Schaal is in there as Rufus's daughter. I believe her name is Kelly. I'm gonna double check that real quick. Yes, it is indeed Kelly. She is Rufus's daughter, and fun fact, was named after George Carlin's actual daughter, Kelly Carlin, because George Carlin passed away in 2008. So he is actually in this movie. He reprised his role through archival footage. They didn't want to recast him or anything, so they just made him a recast. Or not a recast, they made him through archival footage, which I enjoyed. Yeah, this movie is so good with the acting. Like, so great. Kid Cudi's in there too, so if you like Kid Cudi, you know. The plot of this movie: Bill and Ted have been struggling with their music careers and their marriages for about 25 years. They thought that the song that they played at the end of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey was the song that was going to unite the world and create that utopian society we saw in the future in these films. However, it turns out it isn't, and then they have to play a song by 7:17 p.m. that day in 2020, and that will be the song that unites everything, or the world is going to fall apart. Reality is going to fold in on itself. You see this throughout the movie because there are just figures from all throughout history just popping in and out of random points in history and existence. And so yeah, Bill and Ted have to go on a journey. They want to just go to the future and find the song from themselves, because they realize they probably wrote it or whatever. And then by the end, they realize that their daughters are the ones that have to put the song together, and they're going to back them. The song is performed throughout the world because they go through history and give everybody basically in history an instrument, so that everyone at every point in history is playing a song, and that is the song that ultimately wraps up everything and saves the world. And you know what? The song kicks ass, and I really enjoyed it, and this movie is amazing. For production of this movie, I have actually quite a bit. This movie has been like kind of in the works for decades now. Alex Winter and Keanu have been interviewed multiple times asking if they would be interested in playing Bill and Ted again, and they've said yeah, that they love the characters and they would be down to play them at any point. So then a script was floating around forever, but no company would pick up or do the funding for them. And then it took a lot of fan support for this movie to happen. Like they started like being like, well, it's up to the fans. And then once they gathered enough fan support, plus the success of Keanu Reeves in the John Wick movies, really pushed a company to finally sign on to it, greenlight the project, and make Bill and Ted Face the Music. And the only other thing I have is that Samara Weaving and Bridget Lundy Payne, they wanted their characters to be as like genderless as possible for like representation. So they picked their own costumes so they wouldn't be like too masculine or too feminine, just genderless, which ties into Bridget Lundy Payne because they are a non-binary actor in Hollywood. So that really tied in, and I'm sure that was special to them. So I really enjoyed that, and I love that this movie was basically made because of the fans, and I think that's really cool. People really seem to love Bill and Ted, as do I. Final feedback for this movie is that I think it is a complete and utter amazing thing that I was really worried about that it would like tarnish the what the hell am I trying to say? It would tarnish the legacy of the Bill and Ted movies. I was worried it was going to be a cash grab, but I really do think the story fits in the narrative of Bill and Ted's journey, and I really, really enjoyed what they did with the characters, and seeing them in their like middle-aged era is something I never thought I would see. Like, I've been watching Keanu kick ass as John Wick and in The Matrix, but seeing him portray this character he played when he was like really young, and he just falls right back into it, is astounding to me. So I really enjoyed this movie, and they've said that in the future, if more fans want more Bill and Ted, they'd be interested in doing it. The only thing is, like, they think that, like, Bill and Ted themselves characters are kind of, like, out. Like, they'd probably make cameos or something, but the story going further would probably be on their kids, which I'm down for. As long as it's a good story and it fits the narrative and respects the legacy of Bill and Ted, then yeah, I'm down for it. But overall, this movie is amazing. I love the music, and I love the acting, and I think they knocked it out of the park. And I would give this a 5 out of 5. It's so good. So good. Well, guys, that's been my review of Bill and Ted Face the Music. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please drop that like, subscribe for more. I make videos every single week. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Today I Watched. It's Friday, so we'll be watching a crappy movie for Shitty Fucking Movie Friday. Yay. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Stay safe out there during Corona Madness. Get your vaccine if you can and you want it. Yeah, don't alter reality so like everything falls apart. Just be excellent to one another. God, that was corny. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.